Hey everyone, it's Seth. So this is going to be my video discussing how the Mormons view transsexuals. A few of you have run across the Church Handbook of Instructions online, and it's raised a few questions about why the church deals with us the way that they do. And so to better explain that, I thought I'd do a video that talks a little bit about church history and how it views itself, and show why we are treated the way we are within the church. So here we go. In order to understand how the church views transsexuals, it's important to understand some basic concepts of the Mormon Church. The official name of the church is the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. The nickname Mormons comes from a set of scriptures they have in addition to the Bible called the Book of Mormon. Another nickname they often use is LDS. I'm going to use the term Mormon in this video since it's the most recognized nickname of the church. The Mormon Church began in the late 1820s when its founder, Joseph Smith, claims to have seen a vision of God the Father and Jesus Christ. They apparently told him that their official church no longer existed on the earth, but that through Joseph they would restore the true church as well as the authority to act in their name, and this is called the priesthood. Now the church Joseph set up is led by a president and 2 counselors, along with a quorum of 12 apostles, and as far as Mormons are concerned, these men are God's mouthpiece, and anything that they say is akin to Scripture. Mormons believe that their church is identical to the church as Jesus had set up during his day, and they believe that their church is the only true and living church on the earth. Now Mormons have 2 main places of worship. The first is the congregational building known as a ward. It is here that all members come each Sunday for their 3-hour instructional meetings. It's also where members come together to have activities and to congregate together during the week. Young men's and young women's activities take place here as well. The second place that Mormons worship is called a temple. Now, not everybody can attend the temple. In the temple, Mormons participate in rituals that they believe are necessary to go through in order to reach the highest glory in heaven. In particular, marriages performed in the temple are believed to be binding not only for this life, but also for all eternity. Only worthy members are allowed to go into temples, and you have to have a temple recommend proving that you are worthy. To get this temple recommend, you have to go through 2 interviews, one by your bishop and then one by his superior officer called a stake president. And these temple recommends are only good for a couple of years, and then you have to go through the process to get a whole nother temple recommend. Adult members who do not have temple recommends are viewed as less than worthy, and there is a distinct stigma for not having a temple recommend. Now, inside the temples, the genders are kept separate. You've got the men who always sit on the right-hand side of the room, and you've got the women who stand on or sit on the left-hand side of the room, and they don't come together until at the end of the ritual once they reach the celestial room. The Mormon Church is a very patriarchal church with distinct roles for its members. Men are seen as the leaders in church and in the home. They are the providers and protectors for their families. Women are seen as the bearers and nurturers of children. Their domain is in the home, and they must covenant or promise in the temple to listen to their husbands and follow their instructions as long as they're doctrinally sound. This distinction between the 2 genders in the Mormon Church is based upon the one aspect where the church views itself to be superior to other religions. In one word, priesthood. According to church beliefs, this priesthood is the authority to act in God's name, and according to Mormon revelation, this power is reserved for one gender only, males. Acceptance of transgenders would cause too much controversy and confusion. Say a man who holds the priesthood announces that he is really a woman. When he transitions, she would then be a woman who had been given priesthood responsibilities. This would not sit well with church leaders. Conversely, if a woman were to announce that she were really a man, there would be a problem because church leaders wouldn't want to give her the priesthood. If they did, their fear would be that many women would switch sides just so that they could receive the priesthood. These concerns put church leaders in a quandary and at odds with their transgender members. To make sure members understood just how church leadership viewed such matters, the church presidency put out a family proclamation in 1995. This is a lengthy document that is often framed and proudly displayed in most Mormon households. Let me read just the first 2 paragraphs to you. We, the First Presidency and the Council of the 12 Apostles of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, solemnly proclaim that marriage between a man and a woman is ordained of God, and that the family is central to the Creator's plan for the eternal destiny of His children. All human beings, male and female, are created in the image of God. Each is a beloved spirit son or daughter of heavenly parents, and as such, each has a divine nature and destiny. Gender is an essential characteristic of individual premortal, mortal, and eternal identity and purpose. So basically, this document says that whatever gender you are physically born with, that is the gender that your spirit was before you were born, that is the gender that you should be here on the earth, and that is the gender you will be once you are resurrected. So this belief is the reasoning behind the rules found in the Church Handbook of Instruction. Basically, if you identify as a transsexual and seek sexual reassignment surgery, or SRS, you don't fit into God's plan according to church views, and members need to be protected from you. So if you are a member, as soon as the bishop finds out that you are interested in pursuing SRS, he's going to disfellowship you, which will prevent you from using your priesthood if you're a priesthood holder. It will take away your temple recommend, and so you won't be able to attend the temple. You won't be allowed to partake of the sacrament during the Sunday services, and you won't be allowed to speak or to offer prayers in meetings. If you follow through with SRS, you're going to be excommunicated. Now, if you're a non-member and you're interested in becoming a member and you have had sexual reassignment surgery, you're going to have to go through several interviews, and then they're going to have to take your case directly to the First Presidency in Salt Lake City to decide whether you can become a member. Now, I just read about a case like this where a missionary encountered a transsexual in, I think it was Korea. It was an Oriental country, Korea or Thailand. And in order for that person to get baptized, they were told that they would have to have surgery so that they could return to their birth gender, and they would have to live as their birth gender for a year before they would even be considered for baptism. So the church is fairly strict about this, and I just don't see how anybody who's already gone through the process once would be willing to go back and have to go through all of that again just to be a member of this church. Having said that, I just want to say that I'm grateful to be out of the Mormon Church. Life makes much more sense outside of the church than it ever did inside the church. And I just want you to know that I'm willing to answer any questions or concerns that you might have. As long as they're sincerely asked. I've already had a couple of Mormons write me some obnoxious comments on my videos, and that's why I'm now policing the comments before they get put on, because there's just no reasoning with somebody who is so adamantly blinded by the church and its doctrines. So take care, and I'll be posting again soon.